Hi, it's Chris from Duffy Floors, and we're here today talking about the effects of bleach on wood and a process that we're doing for a customer of ours and preparing some samples for him to see. I have right here, this is a sample that I put together. It's 2¼ inch white oak, and this is the raw wood, just freshly sanded. You can see that white oak has a lot of variation from light and dark boards, some streaking in it and all of that. But when we want to try to get some of the tannins out of the wood, which is the colors out of the wood, and make them more like each other, more monotoned, and that way we can get more consistency when we're staining floors lighter colors, like pickling a white or doing a gray or doing a gray whitewash, which is what we're going to look at here soon. This is the effect that bleach has on it. This is an A and B bleach that's put on the wood. This is white oak, just like the other sample was. It had very dark boards down the bottom here and some light boards up here. As you can see, the bleach has sort of unified all of the colors. It's actually pulled out some of the green tinge in the boards too. So with that in mind, we did a mixture of a country white and a classic gray Duracell stain, and we came up with this. And you can see now the white oak that was here that had many variations within it is now very consistent because it allowed the grain to get opened up and to allow the stain to go in a lot more even amongst all the grains. So this is what we're working on for this customer. I've got a couple more samples to go here. We're going to lighten up on this, and once we do that, we'll come back and take a look at that. Also, want to give you a preview of some Brazilian cherry samples I've been working on. Everybody wants to know how to get the red out of Brazilian cherry. So I did a little test over here, and I took a sample panel here. The bottom half here, I sanded everything. The top half was untreated. The bottom half I treated with an A and B bleach and then multiple coats of the B bleach and gotten it lightened up quite a bit. With that in mind, we did the same formula over here on this panel, and this was untreated, and this is treated with the bleach process that we use, which was about a 3 or 4 step process, and then we pickled that with a white stain, a country white, and you can see that we got rid of the red there, but you still have red if you just try to do it with the pickling process on the raw Brazilian cherry, but that's a nice warm color also. People may like that. And if you want to go dark, you can always get rid of the effects of the redness. This is a panel here that I put together. It's got a standard brown dye on it with an espresso stain. This is a new stain that came out. Makes it a very deep, rich chocolate brown color, but very, very unique. We also have this panel here. This has done the same process, but with a coffee brown. So as you can see, it's very, very dark, and not a lot of red in there either. And this is called True Black, and it is true black. It's very black. I think to get any blacker, you'd have to take a paintbrush out and a can of paint. But that's just some samples that we've been working on for the Brazilian cherries and for the oaks. And we're going to have more to come on the Brazilian cherries. We'll have a whole run through the different formulas that we use and how we get them the way that we can get them. But for right now, we're going to be working more on these white oak samples and getting those prepared for the customer. So once I get a few more prepared, I'll come back and we'll take a look at things. So this is Chris from Duffy Floors, and if you need any specialty staining on your wood floors, and if you're interested in getting the red out of a Brazilian cherry floor, give us a call. I'm at 781-395-3418.